Okay, this should be up and running. Should be good, should be good. Let's see. Yeah, we should be fine. I'm gonna log into... Wait, you can, like, hear me, correct? I'm gonna make sure you hear me in a couple seconds. Arguably, I should be doing that now, but here we are. 2FA. But yeah, try another way. It's... Oh, whatever. Yes, it's me. Okay. Okay. It should be good. I believe it's good. Am I just completely silent? I hope I'm not silent. Man, this UI is terrible. I wanted to open chat. You can hear me, correct? Okay, good. Finally, there we are. Believe I'm going to be checking chat every now and again, but I might just open it on my phone so I don't have to worry about it too much. Turn off volume. Yeah, there we are. Okay. No hand cam this time. Just, I'm not doing it. Okay. Okay, yeah, it should be good. I think, or I'm saying it should be good, but I can't click on it from my phone. So let's see how good it really is, you know. Felides, there we are. Okay, that should be it. Just right to it, I'll turn up. There we are. Oh, need to set thread priority to highest. I just got home from work, so I am incredibly rusty. To be honest, I'm probably not. I can already tell I'm playing miserably today. There's a good chance I'm not even going to make it to going from the run I want to do, especially because streaming, extra distractions, and etc. Yeah, that chip is by far the hardest part of the level. It's nuts. I can barely do it. Honestly, I can't really do it well, like at all. Damn. There we are. Thank you. It's very hard. Man, I'm so rusty right now. God, I'm miserable. Yeah, 50% is the hardest run I've done. 67 to 100 is pretty hard too, but it's just not 50%. If I manage 17 to 67, which is drop to the ship right before list percent, that like slow ship, that would be harder, but than 50, but that's a tall order. But that is the run I'm grinding for at the moment. Man, I need to like take my shirt off and shit. I'm still all sweaty. Yeah, I'm trying for list percent. It's a ways away. Like, 50% feels close to 70, but it's not. Not even close. Unfortunately, this shit is in the way. This is so difficult. Well, there's two ships. There's this. The issue is you see this. Basically, every input in this from this start position to this wave is frame perfect because this wave is so unbelievably setup based. If you don't enter it at the right Y position, it just becomes literally physically impossible. Like you get disaligned from the gap and you die no matter what. So if you want it to not be RNG, you have to do like 6 frame perfects to force a setup. It's so hard. What about COG? I'm not going to do COG for like ever. I mean, until I'm done with Acheron. And I've said over and over, I'm only going to be done with Acheron until I either beat it or I quit GD. So the only way I ever make it to Cognition is if I beat this, which I find unlikely. Damn. Oh, thanks. Yeah, 50 took me ages. Yeah, I'm still thinking about COG. And to be honest, like, no more smokescreen. Like about a month ago, I thought about beating it in secret, and I spent like less than 10k on it, and I got the level in... Wait, no, 3 runs, but like it's pretty much 2. It's COG 60 is so much easier than this at this point that when I go back to it, I'm gonna just breeze through it. I'm going to melt it eventually, but there's just no guarantee. And I've decided, especially with how close the Acheron is from falling off the top 10, that I'm no side projects right now. Except Tidal Wave 60, which has always been my warm-up level. Oh yeah, I might one day get do the Tidal Wave first wave on 60, which is so hard. 20 to 92? Wait, on what level? Oh yeah, on COG. That was ages ago. I kind of fluked that from what I remember. My best before that was like 68, but there isn't much difficulty between 68 and 92 to begin with. I think 92 is where the frame perfects are. There's like a couple of frame perfects back to back in the ending part that are hard and annoying in COG. Man, I'm not usually this bad. Usually this run takes me like 10 minutes. Or not 10 minutes, I mean it takes me like 10 seconds, but... Oh well. Streaming is nice. Yeah, TS2 is a ticking time bomb. If it ever gets rated, my dream is done. Then there's the danger of a level moving up, Acheron moving down, or something else getting verified, which is scary. But so I don't even know when it's like the race is over. I'm just racing time. I just don't know where the finish line even is, which is scary. But I'll push through, no matter what. I'm not going to stop playing when it falls out of the top 10. I really want Lispercent while it's top 10. Oh yeah, yeah. Even if it falls out of the top 10, I mean it'll still be nuts either way, and I'm not gonna be like miserable or devastated if it does. I mean I'll be I'll be disappointed that I mean by the literal definition I failed, because I set a like time goal on it. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna keep playing, and I'm gonna be happy when I get Lispercent eventually, and I'm gonna be happy when if I beat it eventually. Oh, I don't think Subsuming Vortex will get rated, though. I mean, Zoink has verified a lot of top 10s that I feel like are of decent quality that just never got rated. And maybe that's because Zoink did it, but I just think generally Subsuming won't get rated. I kind of want it to get rated, like, because it's cool and it has, like, history to it. When it was made, that stuff was impossible. I mean, it's still, like, impossible today, just, you know. I think levels getting beaten that were never made to get beaten is always the coolest thing in this game. Oh, Silent Poltergeist, that one's cool. Unnerfed Sukuban Circles was, of course, so dope. That's genuinely incredible. That was the first ever, Unnerfed Sukuban. That was the first ever LLL or ILL top 1 that got rated or verified. Sukuban Circles, the ILL was made when Sukuban Circles was top 1. And it was the first one to ever get verified. And I think probably close to the last, because it pretty much jumped pretty soon after to Silent Circles, and no one's doing that shit. Although, no, I forget who it was, but someone did 33 to 100 on the Unnerfed using the bug. So maybe if they use the bug, they can do it. But Sukuban Circles is hard. Or Silent Circles is hard. I mean, Sukuban Circles is hard too. God, my brain is fried when I'm trying to stream and play and talk. I do worse at all three at the same time. Yeah, not been the... Don't even feel like I'm that terrible at multitasking. I'm just not used to talking like this while playing. But I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. But yeah, I'm genuinely terrible. Typically this run takes me like 90 seconds. But consistency is consistency. Bad days are fine. Bad days make the good days. I mean, he could have. I mean, but it got verified after. Was it by total? I forget if it was. I don't think it was it? I have no idea. Yeah. That sucks, truly. That is the worst fail up to I think that's the general Maybe the worst fail is AOD last click twice. That might be worse. But tragic nonetheless. There we are. Let's go. Yeah, that took like no time at all. It's like that can do it. Whew. Oh yeah, Dill's thick. I think it's like Unnerved is so hard to place. I think people have said it's like about close to Tidal Wave. It's not top 1 though, that's the point. That's why I think AOD would be, like Dill's thick was more all in all tragic, just because AOD would have been so ahead of its time, and the fact that it happened twice. I mean, yeah, but it's also super skill set based. People, I'm not sure, because people got better at the spam and the rest of the parts, but at a certain point, doing the spam of Sagupin Circles was as hard as doing the rest of Sagupin Circles to people. I'm not sure if it were there anymore, but it's, how do you even judge the difficulty of a level with a choke point that strong? Because it's not like 66p after is free, and it's not like the Diamond Dance up to it and Extended is free either. Just, that's hard to place. I honestly don't think it's like, I mean, oh yeah, there's, do you think Acheron would be harder initially if you had CBF? This is not to say you should. Do you, oh wait, okay, sorry, it's hard for me to understand, my brain is off. Do you think Acheron would be harder initially if you had CBF or switched to a higher FPS? I'm not fully sure what the question you're asking is. Would be harder initially. I might just need clarification there. I'm not sure what you mean by hardest initial. Like when I started, no, I mean using 240 or CBF would make the level easier. Like period, end of sentence. With an exception to like specific clicks would get easier, but even the entire part the click is in is still harder on 60. Probably the part that's buffed the least by 60 is the pre-drop. But even still, like, that has like 10 frame perfects. About, maybe 11. You try Avernus. No, I'm never trying Avernus. Avernus is... You know what? No, I just need to... I don't actually know how Avernus would look. Actually, here. Let's find out. I'm looking for speed portals and to see if they are rotated. Ooh, that looks a little bad. Here. Wait, it's like details and then select all. 100K, holy. The lag. Okay, not rotated. Okay, if speed, oop, that's a disalignment right there if it's not frame perfect. That's, is this? That could be a disalignment depending, oh, this could be depending, just instantly right off the bat, it doesn't look good. Rotated speed portals make, oh, yep, disalignment right there. Yeah, I'm never touching this. Disalignment right there. Maybe. I'm never touching this. The wave would be cool to do. Maybe I'll do the wave in like runs, but I'm not going to actually play it. No, no disalignment there. Yeah, this is just terrible. I'm never playing that. Dude, it's tragic that Acheron is about to fall out of the top 10 because my like goal is made so much artificially harder. Because Acheron without CBF, just 240 is still like about Nullscape's difficulty. CBF is the reason it's at 10 right now. CBF just nukes this level in terms of difficulty so hard. Like 2.1 Acheron and 2.2 240 without CBF Acheron is still like top 4, but CBF nukes the displacement on Pointer Crate, and on top of that, I was playing before they moved list percent like back. So if I started playing, or like if they never moved it, I would have done my goal. I would have done my goal and done it on a top 5 if CBF didn't nuke the difficulty and if the list percent didn't get extended. You know, Avernus is like basically every Victor has talked about how fun Avernus was. Basically, everyone loves Avernus. Everyone just shitted on it for its fixed hitboxes when it came out, but apparently it is a blast for top players who can actually do it. I think Zoink's an all-in-all good verifier. I do. I think Zoink is probably the best top verifier right now. Don't even get me started on WizKid. No, WizKid's like good. Just, there's always complaints. And I mean, I'm sure there's complaints with Zoink, just they're not as heard, I guess. Okay, finally we get to play the easier part of the drop that makes me feel good at the game. Because I can just do it. None of the BS that comes with the first ship or the silentness that comes from that wave. WizKid's a very good all-rounded player. WizKid is insane at the game and really nice, but oh yeah, Zoink said, yeah, Acheron is without CBF. Acheron is like still around Nullscape's difficulty. Doggy couldn't beat it. WizKid's a very good. Honestly, I think WizKid is insane at the game, and you are correct about WizKid being very all-rounded. But WizKid is like the most overhyped player I think the game has ever seen, and most of that came from the nomination for Best Player award. Like, Tyako was the top 1 tidal wave victor when that award came out. Didn't even get nominated. Like, I don't know. I think WizKid is good. But just speaking to WizKid in VCs, there's like a little bit of a like inflated ego. Do I have some plan to beat this level? Right now, I'm trying to. You're just watching my warm-up runs at the moment. I'm trying to nail down 16 to 67, or sorry, 17 to 67, which is the drop to the slow ship right before the list percent. After I get that down, I'm gonna start grinding runs to list percent instead, which is at 70. So I'll start grinding out 40 to 70, and then 36 to 70, then 26 to 70, then 17 to 70. Then I go from 0 and try and get 70. But I'm not going to go from 0 again. I think Pop-Off is the best. I'm pretty sure it's like pretty well agreed that Pop-Off is. It's kind of a toss-up of who's the best player, Pop-Off or Zoink, but Trick isn't there anymore. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but Trick really fell behind, and it's just Zoink, Pop-Off, or maybe Doggy, and we won't know until Grief is verified and he starts playing other shit and other people start playing Grief. Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. It's just we don't know. We have zero clue. Until Zoink starts really going for grief, we're not gonna know. Oh yeah, Diamond isn't there anymore. No offense, Diamond. Diamond, you're just not there anymore. Like I like Diamond. I used to not like Diamond that much. I used to feel like he's super egotistical, but I've talked to him just like one-on-one in VCs a lot. He's actually chill. But he's just not top. There's 3 options for best player: Zoink, Pop-Off, or Doggy, and you can't really pick one fairly. Oh yeah, it was Celestial Force. Oh yeah, I don't think that no one's ever going to beat a top 10 on Pointer Crate. Well, okay, if the game dies, and then for somehow there's one god like 100 years in the future who finds the game, loves it, and grinds it on 60, no one's beating a modern top 10 on 60 ever again. Never again. Celestial Force was the last one. And Celestial Force was beaten while it was 11, and then it was moved to 10, and then back to 11. So that's how it was beaten. It was skin of your teeth close of having that be top 10. We're never getting another top 10 with beaten. Or, I mean, I'm not trying to... Oh, call me Lone. I should put that in my description, I think. I don't think that's true. Max Dash did Firework, which is fucking nuts. I think he could go for something like maybe Avernus on mobile if he tried. I think he could. It just wouldn't be easy. But like on 60, it's impossible. On 60, there's no way someone's doing a top 10. Every end might be possible for like a fucking insane player. I'm not that. Like, I am really bad at nerve control. I'm really good at cube frame perfects. What every end has going for it is there's no speed portals, so there are going to be very few alignment-based frame perfects if you can figure out a consistent way to not get X-pause like shifting from the corners. Wait, are you Soul Rise? Wait. You beat a top 8. Oh, they're going for Tidal Wave. Nice. Soul Rise, you go to channel. What has Soul Rise quote unquote done? Wait, are you the verifier of Renovan on 60? Wait, is this the 60? I don't even know. How don't I know this? Wait. Oh wait, this description is not in the language. Oh, there it is. Oh wait, you used 240, didn't you? Wait, did you? Wait, here. Maybe they're typing in chat. Oh wait, I closed chat. Give me just a second. Sorry, I'm the worst streamer in the world. Wait, but did you do it on 60? Wait, no, you just said 120? Cause like I know there's one of the guys, like some top 1 LRR right now is 60 Renovant. I don't know if that's you. I can't remember. I haven't been following this stuff as much as I needed to. Wait, no, that was Celahost. That was the mobile guy. Oh, yeah, I know Crimson Clutter. I'm a jumper as well. I went from Deadlocked to Cognition while Cognition was top 40. happy with that. But yeah, good luck continuing moving forwards. Mobile 120 is hard. Fuck. By the way, I'm grinding from the start position until I make it to the UFO, past the Lispercent ship. Until the UFO past that wave at like 53. So I'm gonna play until I get 27 to like 53-ish. Yeah, that's Ellahost. My first extreme will be Sakupenhel. I don't know. I mean, good luck, and I'm sure you can do it. I just don't know why you do that to yourself. Sakupenhel is terrible. Oh, what the? I started playing on main GD pretty recently, so most of these attempts are from GDPSs. Wait, yeah, how many attempts do I have in this copy? Yeah, only 250k on main GD. CBF doesn't work. Yeah, that is a problem, I'm pretty sure. Why am I going from 0? Yeah, there. Man, it's so hot. I need to like turn on my fan or something. Okay, so I was playing on GDPSs because it gave me better performance. But then I got a new computer, and this computer is perfectly strong enough to run main GD without any performance issues. And so and it was annoying every time when I used the GDPS. I didn't have access to any levels on main servers, and so it was annoying. I'd have to reopen main GD and then close it every time I wanted a level. So I just play on main GD now. Damn it. 2 clicks away. Well, I'm starting to feel a little better. Oh, Arctic Lights and the Yandere. Oh, interesting choices. Okay, recently in modern times, I've heard like some positive things spoken for the Yandere, but the Yandere is so bad, and the Arctic Lights is the only reason people went for it was because it's free for wave players. Damn. I mean, wait, my brain turns off way too easily when I'm playing. I don't think I can become a top player because I play on a MacBook. I mean, it's possible. I'm not as good as an example because I have nice hardware now. I used to have shitty, horrible hardware, but I got an upgrade. I used to play, and I got 41 with my like built-in membrane laptop keyboard when I was first playing Acheron, and then I upgraded to like a $300 8K keyboard, and then I had a shitty laptop with my fans didn't even work. The main reason I used the GDPS was because for some reason it like heated up my computer less than main GD, and that's why I used it. Because my fans didn't work, and if I ran too many programs at once, my computer would blue screen from overheating. It was terrible. It got to the point where my like hardware in the computer, my graphics card, got so damaged from running at that temp for so long that my computer would slow down when I turned on my graphics card instead of integrated graphics. It was miserable. And now I have like a Ryzen 9, I have a 5060, my fans work, so I'm living it up. Still laptop though, just because I don't want to invest all that money in a computer that I can't use for college or whatnot. Damn. Damn, I'm terrible right now. My consistency is a little nuts, though. Have I done any runs to 100? I've done 67 to 100 twice, but you gotta realize how brutal this ship right here is. Like this is genuinely how consistent I am at it. I'll show you how terrible it is. Wait. Okay, these are buffs I put in to make the transition more consistent. Like, I cannot do this. I'm gonna sit here and grind out doing it once to show you how bad this is. And now I'm bad at ship. I think other LRR players would do this ship way easier than I can. I'm not that great at ship control. Just this is just impossible. Here, I'm not going to check chat until I do it once to prove my point. Damn. Wait. Okay, come on. Lock in. Okay, there we are. That's just, it's by far the hardest part of the level. There's not competition. It's just impossible. 20 to 7 to 47. Aerial Gleam. Ooh, nice. Aerial Gleam was one of the first top mobile demons I know. Do you think, like, Slaughterhouse Grief will have a ton of... No, I don't think Grief will have a lot of victors and jumpers. Slaughterhouse was always, for most of its history... Yeah, for most of its history, Untangler Slaughterhouse had a lot of victors because Space UK was cheating, and the entire time kept inflating Slaughterhouse's opinion just because he wanted to. Space UK kept calling everything easier than Slaughterhouse to get Slaughterhouse higher on the list, just because he wanted it there, ego reasons, and so it was. Slaughterhouse has been overrated for most of the history it's been alive, and that's why it has so many jumpers. Because it's easier and it's way more motivating to play a level that you can make progress on if it's projected to be more difficult than it is to you. Yeah, Slaughterhouse victors. Yeah, it's popular. And as far as top levels go, Slaughterhouse is really accessible. Like, there's no gimmicks. Everything is really straightforward. Wait, ego. Wait. Wait, ego. Wait, are you just clarifying? Are you saying I have ego? I'm not trying to have ego. I'm not trying to be a dick about anything. If that's the case. I'm staring at chat, my brain is off, and I'm just like cross-eyed confused. Okay, oh yeah, Space UK. Space UK is an egomaniac. He is narcissistic. He is a pathological liar. I do not know why everyone is so just like, ooh, welcome back, Space UK. The reason he got away with it as long as he did, because he was direct friends with most of the staff team on Pointer Crate. And he would, you know why Space UK didn't do any challenges? Because the challengeless staff team would have caught him. The reason Space UK got away with as much as he did was because he just got to be friends with all the staff, like, with the entire staff list, and was a quote-unquote upstanding guy. So they just didn't give him scrutiny. Oh yeah, Space UK is the worst. Yeah, and Tartarus, the Golden, Kinos, and Crimson are easy. Like, they're still really hard. Like, they're hard as hell. But he's terrible. Top players can beat all those levels 3 times in a row without blinking if they gave it, like, effort. People have beaten the Golden 3 times in a row. Like, he's terrible at the game compared to what he pretended to be. Like, that's still, like, he's still way above average. He's still way above average. Yeah, it's, Space is definitely above average, but he is terrible compared to what he pretends to be. He is dirt. And I don't know why everyone is still going Space UK my goat and like welcome back Space or etc. Oh, the Golden is it's another really accessible level. It's not really gimmicky. It's a little bit blind in places, but everything is really straightforward. Acheron is semi-accessible. It's just like there's accessible and inaccessible levels. Golden is one of them, but for top players, that just matters less and less. God, I was one like input away from, or 2 inputs away from doing the run. That's the reason why the list seems weird. It's because they judge it based off of top players' opinions because they're the most trustworthy, and like approachability doesn't really matter for people who are really good. Like just looking at Pointer Crate. Wait, I don't have full stream open, but like Amethyst is not at all approachable. Tidal Wave is not at all approachable. Nullscapes is not at all approachable. Booba is not at all approachable. Every End, not at all approachable. Andromeda, that's semi-approachable. Silent Eclipse Up, not at all. Anathema, like maybe a little bit. Avernus, not at all. Acheron is approachable. Spectre, not at all. Tunnel of Despair, not at all. AOD, not at all. Kyuki, like a little bit. Subterminal Point, like a little bit. Slaughterhouse is, but like that's a point where you're going to have an easier time playing Slaughterhouse than Menace, even though Slaughterhouse is higher above the list, just because it's easier for new players, or worse players. I just haven't known much, or like, I didn't say yes or no to it, just because I haven't seen progress of it. I know Acheron is, because like, just look at it. There's not really much learning to do. It's just the difficulty is right in front of you. There's no gimmicks to learn. There's no weird timings or setups that are easier for experienced players to learn than beginners. Acheron, you just do. There's really hard parts and you just do them. Other levels like Kyuki. Kyuki is so learny. It's so flowy. There's so many weird setups that is easier for a like experienced player to get good at. Yeah, Kyuki is really learny, but it's also really setup based, which is easier for new experienced players than new players. And when I don't even know what I mean by experience, just like the top players. It's stuff like that is easy for the top players. And really the only fair way to judge like a list like this is going based off of the top players' opinions, because if you just pull like the average GD player, all the Pointer Crate levels are the same difficulty, and that is impossible and unreachable. Krazen stuff was wild. Dude, he had a terrible game. Well, Pro LOL, Space UK is terrible at the game. He can't. Like, Space UK is shit compared to what he pretended to be. He spent, like, a long time and barely got Acheron in, like, 3 runs, I think. I'm saying Tidal Wave isn't approachable because most of the difficulty comes from choke points, like, aka the waves. The waves are just by far and away harder than anything else there. God, really, man. If I make it to that UFO portal, I'm gonna move back, by the way, so I'm getting really unlucky. Mo, forget spirit or care, he's just not good enough. Like he's just, even if he had the spirit, even if he cared, he couldn't. He's bad. Oh, no chance. I'm probably never going to stop playing 60. I don't, just without 60, maybe if Acheron 60 gives me, like, the biggest skill boost like, ever, and I'm able to do stuff like Amethyst, then sure. Then I'd, like, throw my hat into the ring. But also, like, I work 50 hours a week, and I'm going to go to college at some point. So my clock is running out. Like, I'm 18. I gotta... Acheron is probably going to be the last thing I do seriously in this game. I might, like, tie up loose ends, like, Cognition and Oblivion on 60. I want to go for Atomic Cannon on 60 just because it's so fun. Rust on 60 I want to do because I've always liked Rust. From even the first preview of Rust, Rust has been one of my favorite decorated levels ever. But if I do that, then, like, I don't have anything else I want to do in this game. I might want to go for Bloodlust at 60 at some point, but that's probably going to be done by the time I'm done with Acheron. And if it's not verified, I'm probably not going to do it. Or if it's not me verifying it, I probably won't do it. No, but... See, the thing is, Untangler, that used to be the case. But look at DN Top 1 Bust. They spent, like, 1.8 million attempts on Tidal Wave, didn't even get close. They would stream that level 8 times a day. And they didn't get, like, 8 hours a day, and they didn't get close to beating it. Yeah, if I, like, Mo, if I did it, like, magically just right now, if I just beat it, it would be the hardest thing done. Like, without a doubt. But by the time I beat it, I bet there's going to be, like, another million, billion top ones harder than what I'm doing. Like, I think this is harder than Grief. I have, like, no way to preface that. I just think it is. And again, like, take that opinion with Pillar Assault. Just because I can't know. I've never played it. It's just... Untangler, it used to be that way, man. But after Tidal Wave, that stopped. DN Top 1 Bust is a guy who played Tidal Wave 8 hours a day, every day, and didn't, for 1.8 million attempts, didn't even, like, come close to beating it. I'm not even sure he got it in 3 runs. I know he didn't get it in 2. I'm not sure he ever passed the first wave from 0. That's how bad he was. And, like, crazy dedication, of course. Just, he wasn't beating it. Or to the point where being top to a certain extent means you either have to have something. You either have to have, like, the raw skill and talent, or you have to have just the experience. Unless, I don't really think we're going to get that many more top players before the game dies out. Because we're getting so hard with the shit we're doing. You need to have both the raw talent and whatever genetic factors come in, as well as the experience. Because you just can't start up with this shit anymore. And I'm not sure we're ever going to have that again. Or, no, I'm sure we'll have that, like, a few more times. It's just not to the same extent. I don't think we're going to have that many more top players. And then when the top players die, the top community is going to die. And then I think the interest of the game is going to fade. Then... Because almost always the most hyped projects are the, like, top projects in the creating stuff, or the like, creating groups and communities, like Cherry Team. Fuck Cherry Team, but like Cherry Team. Oh, hi, Septagon. Man, I'm just, like, blind. doesn't know who Septagon? I don't know. Septa is the GOAT. I've always loved Septagon 7. They just do like insanely hard shit. Like they were going for original unnerfed Silent Acropolis. Don't know how the hell they're playing that shit. Damn. Okay. Yeah, Septa's also done Silent Club stuff. I think. I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Just. Oh, wait. Am I not playing? Do you guys not hear the music? Wait. Oh, no. I'm worst streamer ever. 2025. God, the fact that I have to say 2025 is disgusting. I'll fix that momentarily. Unless I can't. In which case, you're just going to live with that. File settings. Stream. Or output. Streaming. Audio tracks. Oh, wait, no, I know how to fix it. Okay, you can probably hear now. Tell me if I'm wrong. Most of the time, I don't play with audio. I just prefer not having the pulses. I just play better without the pulses. Okay, yay. I typically, that is how I play intentionally, is without pulses. I just wanted it on just for the stream to make it a little bit less boring and not just my voice. I'm gonna like turn it down. You know, it's like there's the command. Wait, let's go make it a little lower. Nope, stop it. I forget. Like I have a mod that lets me use scroll wheel for the music. Super handy. I forget the controls like literally every time I want to use it though. It's like Alt scroll wheel changes that, and then if you do Control Alt scroll wheel, you can do it by 1% instead of by 5. Playing without music is good. I do that too. Shame it makes. Yeah, that's the thing. It just makes stream a little bit more boring. So I wanted the music for the stream. You can see in the Acheron video, there's no pulsing because I didn't have music on. Man, I did not realize how much worse I'd be playing while streaming. Typically, this run is like one of the more annoying runs I do while warming up, but not take me however long I've been playing this. I've been thinking recently of getting a mashup or a pitched version, but I remember when I started, when I only had like 40k, I tried looking for a good mashup or a good pitched version. I couldn't find one. Like, pitching it up is too dark, because it's an overall pretty, like, dark, heavy song. Turning it up too high makes the, like, high notes too high, and no mashup I found is, like, fits the unique, like, I'm not sure, like, the music term, but, like, the rhythm, just, like, the parts being fast, slow, fast, that kind of pattern. Do you take off your headphones? Why do top players scream like they're when beating a level? Like, why? It's just a level in a 3+ rated game. I mean, it's not about the level. Like, I get nothing from doing this. Especially, I think the biggest example was jumping from Deadlock to Cog. I gained nothing. The enjoyment and the rush and the nerves comes from the time you put into it, and the nerves come from the time you put into it, and knowing that you have the opportunity to make it all come to fruition if you do it. But and the enjoyment comes from just the intrinsic enjoyment, or in my case, in top players' cases, like, they get money. But for almost all people, the enjoyment comes from the, like, yeah, it comes from the intrinsic satisfaction of doing something you dedicated yourself and worked really hard towards. Wait, let me make sure I'm not about to eat my own words. What is your, or like Untangler, what is your hardest? Wait, sorry, Prolol, what is your hardest? Deadlocked. If you go for harder stuff, you might understand then. Because, I don't know, it's hard to just put into... to just say, but... Oh yeah, technically my hardest right now is still Cognition. I mean, the hardest achievement list is the worst run list in GD, but I'm still, like, top 20 there. So I'm not terrible, but my hardest does not reflect that. Oh, I need a drink. Yeah, I kind of think hardest completion is meaningless. Just... I don't know. I think that hardest completion is important just because it's way easier to like put on a list of hardest to easiest demons completed rather than runs. Like if someone has like if someone got like, I don't know, 70 on Kata and someone else got 40 on Bloodbath, like how do you compare that? If their hardest are both the same, really ideally you could just use their hardest. That's like the benchmark of, it's just easier to compare. And it's like a little bit tricky. Because you could start doing stuff like, well, my hardest is this, but I did this run on a level twice in a row. And then that's even harder to compare to. Because all the people who do Diamond Dance like 8 times in a row, like Purell, and they clip it, I feel like if they actually had Diamond Dance times 8 in front of them, they would never be able to. Like the like difficulty of an achievement, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, okay, invisible deadlocks is harder than normal deadlocks because visibility factors into difficulty. Like readability, visibility, memory, that factors difficulty. And we, like, as a whole, community as a whole, we have a pretty good handle on, not level by level, like the Ardle has a lot of flaws, not in the level by level case, but we have a pretty good grasp on this group of levels are about the same difficulty, this group of levels is harder than that, this group of levels is easier, and if we use that, it's a useful tool, but if we go off of runs and progress, that just goes away. Because you could say you did like 30 to 100 on Kueo, but like, who cares at that point? That's just an insane demon-ish. My god, I'm terrible right now. The run I'm trying to do is trivial. I just do it to warm up at this part specifically, between the start position and this wave. But the bad days make the good days. And then, yeah, I guess we have to get into what, like, difficulty actually means. I do think difficulty exists, just because, as a concept, because if you ask, a bunch of top players what is easier, Stereo Madness, or just you ask any player anywhere. If you like, you put them in front of Stereo Madness, you put them in front of VSC, everyone alive who isn't trolling is going to say Stereo Madness. That's what's going to be harder to them. And the fact that that happens means, like, that's not luck. There is some underlying mechanic that is causing them to say Stereo Madness. And once you get into the nuances, like, you could say what's harder, Deadlocked or Theory of Everything 2. There's going to be discussion there. But as a whole, difficulty definitely exists. I think it's a very fuzzy line that's drawn between stuff, but it's so... it's hard. Stuff like that is difficult, because it's just like it's a concept. And just like... I didn't fucking know. Dude, can I just do this run? Oh my god, I'm the worst. That click is so miserable. Skill sets. Because something is technically harder because it has, frame perfect counter videos on levels that aren't actually 60 don't really mean much. I mean, Solar Flare is not harder than any of the levels that has, like, Solar Flare has like 90 frame perfect. That's more than Acheron, but it is not harder than Acheron. For example, Acropolis, I forget the... Acropolis would be harder than Bloodbath, because Bloodbath doesn't have frame perfects, but Acropolis does. Like, you can... But the argument... I think it's the first click. I'm pretty sure. Oh, remember this. This is always the example that's used, but I'm confident Acropolis does have a frame perfect in the pre-drop. Just one. But one is more than, like, other levels that don't have any, but are definitely harder than Acropolis. Well, I mean, but that turns it way too much into math, because you could have a level be completely blind, and that would be way harder than a level with easier, like, quote-unquote, average frames per input. Or you could have a level that's really high CPS that has lower frames per input, but is still harder. Or you could have a level with really awkward click patterns that has less, quote-unquote, frames per input, but is still harder. Or you could have a level that's really ship control heavy, or like swing copter heavy, or just control heavy that has quote-unquote less frames per input but is still harder. There's no way to just purely objectify difficulty, and that's why the Demon List works the way it does. It just takes like an aggregate of opinions. I mean, there's like... I do think it is measurable. Like, there's, in just everything, there's like two types of stuff. There's qualitative and quantitative stuff. And quantitative has numbers, but... yeah, it's just hard to think about. But I do think difficulty exists. But it's subjective and based on the mental experience. I think, well, at this point, it's just purely semantics. Because measurable, like, pain isn't measurable. It is not really possible for two people to go,
I am in more pain than you. But just as a whole, we can pretty confidently say that the person who stubbed their toe is in less pain than the person, I don't know, giving birth, just as an example. Everyone would agree that the person who stubbed their toe is in less pain, but, hi, Rapstu. Semantic just means, like, an argument not based off of any points, but off of definitions of words, which is a little bit dumb in itself, because if you get deep enough, every argument is about definitions. But, like, I don't know, pain. You can't measure pain. But it is... No, but, like, for a lot, I don't think you would, like, understand. How is semantic like the word defenestrations? People actually... Like, semantic is a word that is used just often. I mean, I guess defenestration might be used in, like, court documents, I guess. Like, love or, like, affection is completely... Everyone agrees that it exists, but everyone agrees that it's not measurable. Or, like, it's physical, but not really in the sense that, like, makes sense at all. Like, someone who just... I don't know... Say person, like Bob and Sue. If Bob meets Sue, like, on the bus, it's pretty given that Bob, like has less affection for Sue than, I don't know, Fred and Mary, who have been married for 30 years. Like, I feel like everyone can agree with that, but we don't have any way to measure that. And once once the affection levels start getting genuinely agreed closer and closer, the argument becomes harder and harder to make, just like with difficulty in GD. Everyone will agree that Stereo Madness is easier than Tidal Wave, but there's no real purely subjective way to measure that. Well, okay, semantics just means the meaning of words. So, like, what a word, like, means. Say that, like, okay, say that, like, person one and person... Like, say that I walk up to you and I punch you in the face and you said, why'd you just hit me? And I say, I didn't hit you, I punched you. That's semantics. Like, I'm not making any argument based off of, like, a point that I didn't actually hit you. I'm just saying, like, you're using a word technically wrong, so you're wrong. Or, like, that's one example of semantics, but, like, I don't know. There's other semantics where... Yeah, that's just all semantics is. Someone can Google this and get more information. That's... I mean, yes, but I mean, I don't feel like that's under debate. Per Mac, I feel like everyone can agree that difficulty is a human, like, there's no, it's based off of human experience, but so without human, like, that's like kind of been the point, that it's based off of human experience, but it's real, and I argue that it's like still like there in the thing, even though it's not measurable. Because there's other things that everyone agrees that exists that everyone agrees are there, but they aren't measurable either. Thanks, Maxed Out. And don't worry. I'm getting hungry. Damn. You know what? I'm going back. I'm sick of playing from that start position. Because anything I do is ultimately worthless to begin with. I need to be playing from here. God, I hate the ship. Or, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Septagon. Wait, okay, chat is... I mean, but I think, like, the point is maxed out is what if, No, yeah, it's... If I was, like, typing this and I could sit there and think through what I'm saying, I'd be able to, like, try and say what I'm saying a little bit better. I don't think difficulty is... So I forgot how this even got brought up in the first place, but I do agree. It is not really objective in any way that matters. Damn, I'm terrible right now. Oh yeah, I did. It's because to force my route, it adds 4 frame perfects to the start of this ship, but it makes it overall way easier. Like if I don't hit those frame perfects, the odds that I die go up, and by so just forcing those frame perfects and doing the ship, trying to hit those frame perfects, it gets way easier. Okay, say, I think Septagon's point, like, or Oxygen and everybody, is that since the fact that human experience impacts difficulty, there's no way to do it subjectively. What if someone, I can describe your situation right now. It's someone who finds the single spike. Now, this isn't really feasible or realistic, but they find the single spike harder because it's harder to tell when to jump. Or they always know that they need to jump right before the triple, like the spike on the triple spike, but they want to jump like right in like the middle of the jump, so where they jump with an equal amount of space on the left and right to make the jump safer, but it's just harder for them to judge. But they know to jump at the triple right before. That probably wouldn't ever really feasibly happen in practice, but like that's a person right there who would find the triple spike easier than the single spike, and so we can't call that subjective or objective. Did my mic cut out? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Ah, okay. Oh God. Ugh. God, my stomach's starting to give me trouble. I have zero clue why. I'm starting to feel like unwell. So I might end stream semi-soon. If I continue to feel worse, I'm going to just start playing worse. Oh, I didn't want today to be so short, though. I wanted to put in like a good 5K on stream. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to feel not well. Stomach's giving me problems. I'm gonna end stream early here, guys. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna come back and stream longer. I don't know what's acting up at the moment, and I might even start streaming again later tonight. But I need a break. I'm gonna go lie down right now. Appreciate you guys. I enjoy the stream. I enjoy the talking. Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys.